Whether you're looking to return home or just to make your mark on the continent, you are going to watch this video in its entirety. I have some really great information packed in here that you do not want to miss. All right, stay tuned. Okay, so Ethiopia has a lot of really great homes that are out there on the market for sale. I mean, these homes are some of the most beautiful homes that I've seen, even here in the US. They're modern looking, they're big, multiple levels. Some really great thought has gone into some of these homes. So, is purchasing an option for you? Well, there are some pros and cons when it comes to buying a house in Ethiopia. So the pros are that basically it's already done. There's not much additional work that you're going to have to put into it. It is move-in ready. You can just move in and start living. Another pro is that it, like I said in the beginning, it's beautiful. It looks nice. It may be in the area that you want to be in. It's already there. It's a prime location that is good for shopping or near your kid's school, next to, I don't know, outings, entertainment type things that you want to be near to. So that's another reason why you might want to buy a home. I would say those are probably the biggest pros to buying an already constructed house in Ethiopia. Financially, I would say that it's very expensive, and that's that is the biggest con to buying an already purchased house. It's going to cost you a lot more, maybe double or triple or quadruple the amount that it would cost you to buy land and build your own home. Another con to buying a house that's already built in Ethiopia is that the quality of the work may not be up to your standards, especially if you are coming from a Western nation like the US or the UK. The homes that are already built were likely built with the idea to resell it. And so maybe corners were cut to save the builder, the owner, some money. And so, that could be a problem for the buyer or future owner of the house. And that's not something that you really want to invest in, especially if you're looking to buy a family home. So I would say that buying land and building your own house in Ethiopia, and probably anywhere on the continent, I can't speak for every African country, but specifically in Ethiopia, buying land and building a house is probably the better option. Now, sure, land is expensive and you may not be able to get it exactly where you want it to be. But there are a lot of up and coming neighborhoods in Addis Ababa and in other major cities in Ethiopia that are very appealing options. So for us, we bought in a place that is brand new. There isn't much there right now, but we have the foresight and the vision to know that it's going to be a major neighborhood in Addis Ababa. So that's something that you definitely want to consider if you're going to be buying land, or if you're thinking about buying land, which neighborhoods are going to get you the biggest bang for the buck, even if it's not, already built up at this moment. So one question that you may have as you're watching this video that's kind of going through your mind is, who is eligible to purchase land in Ethiopia? Very good question, and I do have the answer to that. So first and foremost, land is owned by the Ethiopian government. They lease the land to citizens and some non-citizens for a term of, I believe, 99 years, which can be renewed. So you can keep renewing that 99 years, like forever, I guess, and the land would be yours. So you could also, once you build something on the land, that becomes your property, and you can transfer or sell that land with a structure on it. I'm just going to say structure because it may not be a house, to another person, and then they own it, or they would take over that 99-year lease and transfer it into their name once either or immediately, or when that lease term from the previous owner is up. So the first people who can buy land, as I just mentioned, are Ethiopian citizens. So beyond that, Ethiopian origin ID holders are also able to purchase the land. So those are typically people who were born in Ethiopia but now reside outside, so they're diaspora, or they were born outside of Ethiopia but their parents are Ethiopians, which would include children of Ethiopians who are born in or outside of Ethiopia. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm getting myself confused. So children of Ethiopians who were themselves born outside of the country, and then their children were born outside of the country. I hope this is making sense. Anyways, basically I'm saying citizens and diaspora, Ethiopian diaspora, can buy land in Ethiopia. Foreign investors are another category of people who can buy land in Ethiopia. So what would qualify you as a foreign investor would be a $200,000 investment into Ethiopia in a foreign currency. You could reduce that amount to $150,000 investment or some other foreign currency investment if you partner with an Ethiopian. So then you would be able to legally purchase land within Ethiopia and build on it. So those are basically the three main categories that I'm aware of. So if you are a person who's living in Ethiopia and you do not fall into one of those three, your main option is going to be renting, which is still, a great option if you are just determined to live there. And you know what? They say that in Africa, where there's a will, there's always a way. So I'm sure there are some type of workarounds that could exist, that probably do exist. And so people who fall outside those three categories I mentioned may still be able to purchase land and build their own house. I don't know too much about what that could be, so I'm not going to get into it, but I'm sure it exists. So land is very expensive in Ethiopia. However, the cost of buying the land and building the home is still going to be cheaper than buying an already constructed house. And that's because, when people are paying double, triple, quadruple what it costs to build the house, they're overpaying, simply put. So also when you build your own house, you can design it exactly how you want to. You can work with an engineer and tell him your thoughts and your ideas and your vision for the home and work together to design it. It can be the layout that you want and that meets the needs of your family. Yes, one of the downsides is that it may not be in the location where you would prefer it to be. But, to me, I think that cost outweighs the benefits of the, lower cost to buy the land and build the house and to have it designed the way that you want it to be designed. And then, if it's your own home, you can start building little by little. And let's say you finish, the ground level or even ground plus the first level and live in that part of it while you are still paying to build the other levels. With an already constructed house, you would not be doing that. I mean, I guess you could make renovations to an already constructed home, but, if the foundation and the bones of the home is already compromised, it's not going to be worth your time and your energy. Like, I'm just telling you to save you all the headache and the drama that would come with it. So, in my opinion, the bottom line is it is better to buy land and build a house in Ethiopia than to buy an already constructed home. So, if you, like I said, fit into one of those three categories, look into, the process for buying land. And maybe I'll do another video at some point going through the exact steps of buying land in Ethiopia and how you can do it legally and how you can make sure there's not going to be any like follow-up drama with it, because sometimes people can come out of the woodworks and claim that it is their land, and then you'll be annoyed about that. So yeah, maybe maybe I'll get my husband to come and do a video with me and we can talk about the process for buying land. Let me know in the comments below if you would like that, and I'll do my best to get him in the video with me. All right, guys, well, that is all that I have for you today. I really hope that you found this video informative and useful. And please let me know if you have any questions. You can email me. My email is princesslivingfree@gmail.com. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.